Hello, everyone. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. This is Kristie with AG Takes Over, and I'm glad you're here. I'm going to dive right in because I want to keep today's video short and sweet. I want to share an idea that had occurred to me before, but I feel like I recently perfected it. So now I'm ready to share it with you. So you might be familiar with these. It's a paper towel holder, and you can get it at the Dollar Tree. Why is it relevant to a doll collector, you ask? Well, a while back, I came across the idea, the tip of getting these and using them as a doll stand. So if a doll is wearing a dress or a shirt, you can just slip it up the back like I'm doing here. And voila, way cheaper than 20 bucks. This one's actually working pretty nicely, but it wouldn't work very well with a pantsuit or overalls. And also, trust me when I say, sometimes these are not uniformly made and they wobble and you wouldn't feel secure. So why do I have a whole bunch of them? Because I found a better solution. I just made like 6 of these yesterday and then I went and bought a whole other stack. So obviously I am feeling good about my plan B. So yeah, real simple. You're going to need paper towel holder and some Velcro or hook and loop adhesive if you don't want to get sued by Velcro. So this is the kind I use. You can go back and pause on that if you want. It's 1 inch wide. I'm actually going to cut it down the middle, so I really only need 1/2 inch wide strips, but this is just what I had on hand. It's sticky on the back, but don't take the adhesive, don't take the little backing off yet. So using the soft end, the loop end, not the hook end, measure like you're going to give Kaya here a belt. I could make measurements for you, but whatever, you can do this on your own. Just kind of eyeball it. And then grab some scissors, real high-tech stuff we're doing today. Difficulty level beyond beginner. All right, so like I said, just to not be wasteful, and this is really the only reason I'm doing this, is to get more, to stretch my dollars further. I just felt like I didn't need it to be a full inch wide, so I'm making them 1/2 inch strips. Now I've got 2. That's the soft stuff. And it's gonna go around like this, right? I'm gonna want it to stay in place, so I need to measure enough of the hook end, or the hook side of things, to do that. Plus a little extra, and you'll see what the little extra is for in a minute. So, again, I'm just eyeballing things. And I don't need it to be 1 inch wide. Get more for my money this way. And then here's the little extra. That looks good. This is not an exact science. Okay, so there's what we've got on the hook end of things. So you are on this long belt, the loop side, you are going to want to put some of the hook. So I'm going to remove this adhesive. Just enough. Whoop. So I'm going to cut back part of that protective plastic. And then while we're at it, I'll go ahead and take off the protective plastic from this little tiny piece. And then they can kiss. So there we go. We have a belt. But I want the belt to stay snugly attached to this. It will be able to slide up and down once I'm done. That's what my miming was showing you there. But first, let's just make sure that it's not going to fall off. Slide up and down, fine. Fall off, not fine. Voila. Okay, here is the new epiphany that I had. So you're going to turn this around and do the same thing. You heard me right, friends. And if your wheels are turning, that means we're going to be holding 2 dolls on one stand. So cut off that protective plastic. Take off the protective plastic from the hook side. Get them lined up. Now we have a belt. And we need to attach the belt to the doll stand. So we now have 2 belts on one stand. I do not want to snag Kaya's hair. Probably want that a little bit tighter. There we go. And then the way that I set my dolls up on their shelf is they're all facing so that like they have a shoulder to the wall. Ooh, this is what I don't want to have happen. And it has happened, trust me. That's why we stopped using these. Anyway, they're all kind of like in a conga line on the shelf. So everybody's shoulders are up against the wall and they're all kind of turning, looking. It's almost like an obnoxious prom photo in a polygamous home or something, because all of them are turning, looking to face the camera. So don't mind my weird brain. Okay, so now we have Odette. I haven't even shared her name yet, but this is one of the most recent CYOs, if not the most recent CYO that we got. And just want to make sure I have her snugly on here. So there would be 2 members of my conga line up on the shelf. Because they're on the carpet, they seem actually really wobbly, but I assure you they're not. The doll stand is pretty stable once you put it on a shelf or a hard surface. See? Here's an up close of their little belts. No space wasted. Super economical because now I have 2 of them for probably $2, $1.25 plus tax, and then for the stand, and then for the Velcro, some additional. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't do something out of order or forget some step, because I aim for excellence, not perfection. Anyway, you're gonna see me halfway off screen apparently, tracing a circle out of cardboard that I grabbed from the recycling box or recycling bin. Because when we did this before, not only was the thing kind of unstable, but we had some dolls in tennis shoes, or I don't know, other doll shoes for a while, and they were standing on it for like, I don't know, a month, 2 months, some length of time. And then afterwards, my wife said, "Oh my gosh, this little metal is leaving an indentation in the sole of their shoes. I don't want to use this anymore." So that's kind of the other reason these got shelved. And as I was looking at them this morning or yesterday morning, I thought, well, that also has an easy workaround. I could just put a piece of cardboard on top. These are on a high shelf on my room or in our doll room, and they're really, the stands are not about glamour. They're about adding stability. If that is not the case for you, then this may not be a project you're interested in. But for me, these stands are just about providing stability. I actually am trying to free up some of my American Girl doll stands to use in displays down in the basement space that I'm currently working on. So That's really what prompted this. So anyway, you trace it, you cut it. This is not rocket science, right? Then the next step is you're going to want to slide it over top. So just make a little line here that kind of lets you know where this space is. It doesn't need to be perfect. Grab a sharp object for stabbing. Be careful, don't do this if you're afraid that you're going to stab yourself. That would not be fun. If you'd like to follow a better safety protocol than I'm currently employing, go for it. There we go. Oh, I left the pen side up, the part that's marked on with pen. I know it's still not going to be gorgeous, but I'll flip it over and at least get that part right. Okay, there we go. Now I can put the Velcro stuff back on. Here we go. I was counting yesterday after I started doing this and realizing, oh my gosh, this is actually going to work. I'm going to free up so many doll stands. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think like easily 10 to 13 doll stands will be freed up at a fraction of the price, which I'm still going to keep them all, obviously, but I needed them for, like I said, in the dollhouse, because I want to have nice displays going on in the basement. But since the cats have access to that room, that basement space, and I don't want them knocking any dolls over, I want to have those dolls on the American Girl doll stands. So here we go. Here's Odette. You know, the more I say that name, the more I'm not sure if it's going to stick. We decided on it, but we haven't really called her by her name yet. I don't know. Her sister's name is Giselle, so something French would be nice, but I just don't know. All right. So here they are on the shelf, and what I want to point out here is you see how much space it takes to put 2 dolls on this paper towel holder doll stand. Then right next to it, look at what if I wanted to put those same 2 dolls on 2 American Girl doll stands. So not only is this a cheaper option, but it also takes up a lot less space, as evidenced by this very scientific drawing, these scientific measurements on a cardboard box. That mark in the middle of the screen is the amount of space it took to put these 2 dolls on the paper towel stand. And then the mark on the left is how much that entire space that it would take up to use 2 doll stands from American Girl. Anyway, that is it. I hope it was helpful. And if you enjoy my videos, guess what? You do not have to wait for the next one to come out. If you like my tutorials and my show you all the bloopers approach, click on the playlist on the left-hand side of the screen and you can binge watch a bunch of my tutorials. And on the right-hand side, I just put the most recent video in case you missed it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you next time.